Good morning. Thank you for tuning in your chamber today. My name is Rebecca Rizzo.
Hi, and I'm Diana Soto with the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. I want to say thank you to this week's sponsor, Martha's Village and Kitchen. We're going to hear from them next, but be sure to stick around as Rebecca and I do have some updates for you. Thank you everyone for joining us this morning. We do have with us our sponsor of the week, Martha's Village and Kitchen, here to tell us a little bit more about her services and the organization itself is Rosa Verduzco. She is the Senior Director of Programs over at Martha's Village and Kitchen.
Thank you for having us here today and giving us this platform to reach out to our community members and everyone that could possibly be impacted by our services. I wanted to talk about Martha's Village and the services that go on here every single day, because I know that a lot of the people are aware of Martha's Village and Kitchen, but every time they think of Martha's Village and Kitchen, they might think of the homeless population. But we do so much more than just service those individuals in the homeless population, especially during these times. We are a community-based agency where we assist members of the community regardless of what their needs are. And what we've been seeing is that a lot more clients now, community clients, maybe have never accessed Martha's Village and now having to access Martha's Village and Kitchen because they either lost their job, lost their wages, or whatever, limited access to food. And that's exactly what goes on here. We have our emergency pantry, which anybody could access. They come 3 times a month. And then on the third Wednesday of every month, we have the huge USDA food distribution where we're able to give to-go food boxes to people that could cook at home. We also have our hot meals that are Monday through Friday at 11, and it's a amazing lunchtime lunch meal, and is free of cost. Of course, we don't take income or any of that stuff. We know that a lot of people in our community use us as part of their budget to be able to pay their expenses, their rent or their utilities, and come and access those free services and the meals and food services. In addition, during these times, we know we have a lot of essential workers who are out there in the workforce, and we have a fully licensed child development center who has remained open during this entire time. And we're very lucky to have been able to work with Riverside County Office of Education and Community Care Licensing on implementing safety procedures for students to continue coming to school. And this is 0 through 5 years of age, and we're fully licensed through the state of California. And I know education is such a big thing right now, especially with schools reopening and how that's going to look like. And of course, you can't compare one from the other, but we've been able to stay open. Of course, we had to take a lot of safety procedures. All of our staff at Martha's Village and Kitchen is always wearing face masks and shields. We're constantly sanitizing the building every hour, and we implemented a lot more sanitation throughout the entire programs. The Child Development Center, of course, is for children 0 through 5, and we could service up to 55 children. In addition to that, we also have employment services, and we're very lucky to say that we have opened an office in Desert Hot Springs. We have one in Palm Springs, and we have our Indio office, where folks from the community, regardless of who they are, they could come and work on their resumes, their cover letters, and to get them back into the workforce. And that's a great resource because we know that with every, jobs out there are limited. So you need to be prepared when you're applying for that job. What's going to set you apart from everybody else, and having the right resume and the correct cover letter, it could make the difference. And we have a team that is trained, and we're partnered with Workforce Development Center, and they're able to provide that assistance for individuals out there. We have the culinary program, which is also an amazing resource for folks who are going back into the workforce and really don't have a lot of work experience. We have the culinary program where they could start in different modules. The lowest module is acquiring a food handler's card that allows them to work in the food industry. But as they move up in the levels, they could test out at a Safe Serve certification, which allows them to be at a higher paying job than just a dishwasher. And I don't say just a dishwasher, but I'm saying higher paying job. And of course, that's our goal because we know that income is gonna be a huge factor on them staying housed. And it's free of cost. It's open to the entire community. Our website is www.marthasvillage.org. Our phone number is 760-347-4741.
Thank you, Diana, and thank you, Martha's Village and Kitchen. We actually have some publications that we are currently taking reservations for. We have The Voice of Business that's going to be coming out right before voting. It's actually going to be a voter's guide that's going to give you a lot of great information that's going to help you make sure that you maneuver through this year's election. If you would like to be an advertiser in that, please make sure you reach out to Diana and I so that we can go ahead and get you in before the deadline. That deadline is September 4th, so please don't wait. Space is limited. August 11th from 11 to 12, Congressman Ruiz will actually be joining us from 11 to 12. The RSVP, the event link, will be available on our social media platforms, so please make sure that you RSVP in advance so you can be sure to get that link. Thanks.
Thank you, Rebecca, for that update. I also wanted to share some information that comes directly from the offices of Supervisor V. Manuel Perez. Yesterday, all supervisors in Riverside County unanimously approved a $10 million fund to aid in technology for students and make sure they have access to online learning. The Riverside County $10 million funding allocation, utilizing funding that came from the federal government, will go directly to the Riverside County Office of Education's All for One campaign. This campaign was launched to raise funds to provide digital devices and hotspots to students to ensure that no student is left behind in this rapid shift to online learning. The Riverside County Office of Education currently estimates over 50,000 computer devices and 30,000 hotspots that are needed to effectively deliver full-time online learning to students. If you want to hear more about this program, they can be reached at www.rcoe.us/all for one.
Thank you, Diana, and that was your chamber today.